What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? So this is our first official episode of It's Better on This Side.
I love how you just jump straight in. I'm like,
yes, I need to like address
the blanket on myself. And...
Oh, sorry.
No,
so
it's
guys,
funny.
this was a super rough start. We're so excited for this. Well, I'm still excited, obviously,
Yes.
but in terms of sound and
Oh my goodness, there's so much that just went on that you guys like didn't get to see or hear. But anyways, we just had a little bit of a sound glitch, but I think we're good now. We're okay for episode 1.
I think it's one of those where you just have to be like, we're definitely persistent and.
Yeah.
You know, like I think other people would have made excuses. I mean, it's like, what's the time right now? It is 10 o'clock.
It's 10 past 10.
On
literally.
a Monday night. My soup is busy at the bottom of making soup for us.
Yeah.
And like, there's just like, so you have 50,000 reasons why you shouldn't do something. And I think we like made a plan regardless. So we promise our sound is going to be like 6K.
Yes.
Right now, it's probably going to be like HD 4K, like it's still gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But our lapels kind of just bugged up. B bought us brand new lapels, and for some reason it just like. But I'm sorry about that, man.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I think we kind of just felt like, when you have those days when everything just goes wrong, like it was feeling like that. It was feeling like because everything was fine.
The sound so
like the sound was fine. We did our first test of the sound and everything was great. And the minute we were about to like press record, then there was this weird buzzing sound. But anyways, here we are, and we're just making do with this audio. So hopefully this is good enough for you guys for now.
So this is officially our podcast. It's Better on This Side. That's what it's called.
My God, this is so exciting.
And we gave like the people on TikTok especially were like, yo, if we reach like 10,000, we're gonna do a podcast. And should we tell them like the beautiful
how the universe helped us? You can tell them the story.
So we obviously were like on about 5,000 on our joint TikTok account, 5,000 followers, and we were like, yo, when we get to 10,000, we're gonna start a podcast. And so cool, we left it to the universe. We didn't like think about it, talk about it much. We were just like, that's our goal. And so I think maybe like a month, maybe 2 months after we decided that, we were just chilling. And our videos were doing cool. Like, the followers were going up nice. And we're like, oh, nice, it's going. And then we got this campaign, obviously, our first actual, like, couple campaign, joint campaign for TikTok with Origin. And so that just went crazy. And I think within, like, 3 weeks, we were, like, on 13,000 followers, basically. So that was like from like 5,000 in 3 weeks. We just got like 13,000, and we were like, oh damn.
We were like, okay, well now we have to start a podcast.
So that's why we're here. Like it was before we were like, yeah, we're probably gonna do it like end of
we
like
thought this
September.
Was we thought this was gonna be in the later part of the year. We're like, yeah, it's a future goal, for this year, and then it was
pipeline goals.
Okay, well here we are. So basically we decided to start a podcast, and the thing with Charlton and I, oh my goodness, we haven't even introduced ourselves properly. Whoa, okay, wait.
No, it's fine. Continue. We're gonna start. Like,
okay,
there's no structure here. Okay, we have to. Bianca's like a structure person, and I'm like, we're just gonna ramble.
So, anyways, this one, I guess this one is for, especially for the people who follow us and who've been supporting us and just our journey. But basically, Charlton and I have a lot of conversations, like I'm sure most couples do, but we have conversations that will go on for like 3 or 4 hours sometimes about just our life and like things that we're working through, epiphanies we have. And, we were just like, it would be really cool to have a platform where we put everything that's in our heads and like our intimate conversations, not all of them, but some of our intimate conversations onto a platform, because a lot of our conversations are very healing, and I think that's also just kind of like what we've turned into. Like, we found ways to, through a lot of research and help, obviously, but we found ways to navigate life and it's just a lot of fun to share these stories. And so we thought that we'd create a podcast so that we could really just share what's on our hearts, share like just realizations that we have, and how we managed to work through things that seemed really difficult at one point, but now actually we're able to work through them and move through them together. So yeah, that's why we decided to basically create a podcast. And
I think like the past 2 weeks, every single conversation we have, and we have like B said, we have long conversations. Every single long conversation we have, I'm like, this is a podcast.
This is a podcast. Oh my god.
We'll talk for like an hour. We're sitting in a car. We're about to go shopping. And we're just probably there to get like a few things, but we'll end up sitting in a car for like 30 minutes.
It happened today.
It happened twice.
Yeah.
Today at like 2 places.
we
just end up sitting in a car and we just continue the chat. And like we deep in it. And we're like, oh shucks, yeah, let's go buy the bread, or let's go buy this, So we're like, let's do it. And I think the pressure was also like there from each other, where we were just like, we said we're gonna do 10,000 10,000 followers, and now we're here. So anyway, we're not gonna ramble on. Let's actually get to this.
We probably will ramble
Lee,
on.
do you want to introduce yourself to the people that don't know us?
Yes. So also just to break this down before I introduce myself, is that we have a joint brand, which is basically Charlton's brand and my brand combined. But also as individuals, we've done a lot of different things. So, where do I even start? I feel like I always really struggle with like answering the question, what do you do? Or, who are you? But basically,
tell us about yourself.
My name is Bianca, for all of you guys listening or watching, because we also decided to do video format of this podcast, because we love good visuals. I'm Bianca and I'm 30 years old, which is like...
Damn! I'm joking.
Damn!
Damn!
I always thought I'd be so scared to be 30, but I actually really love this age. And I'm a model. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I'm a lot of things. What else do I do?
No, don't be scared. This is your moment. You go.
Like,
when it's my turn, I'm going to be like, yeah, I do this. I'm joking. Yeah?
I'm a creative spirit. And I personally feel that I was put on this earth to help people, guide people, inspire people through telling my own story. So that's looked different over the years. I started modeling when I was, how old was I? Oh my goodness, 2011. So 18, just turned 19. That's when I started modeling, and
I scouted her on Facebook.
Charlton scouted me, yes. I guess Charlton gave me my first big break because I'd been applying to so many agencies. If you're watching the video, he's pulling a funny face right now. But yeah, I had applied to so many different agencies, and I think, I was so lost. Like, I didn't really understand the process of applying. Like, you have to share what your height is. And I said a completely wrong height. I think I said I was 10 centimeters shorter than what I actually was. So that was already, like, difficult.
Sorry, guys. Mikey is in the room also. And so...
Mikey's our little toy pom.
Sit. Good boy.
boy.
It's fine. Just sleep, dude.
Say hi to everyone first. If you're watching the video, here's Mikey. So, yeah, he's always wherever we are. Okay.
But right now he's like scratching and like burrowing just to like get comfortable.
Yeah, if you hear some noises, it's Mikey.
Mikey, in your bed, Baba. Go, in your bed. Sit. Good boy.
Okay,
you try and instill discipline in this house, and that's what happens.
Mikey's on my lap now. Anyways, yeah, I didn't understand how to apply properly, and I just remember applying to so many agencies, and all of the agencies basically rejected me. I think I applied to like 5 or 6 that week, and everyone was like, no, sorry, or they just didn't get back to me, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, wow. And then a few months later, I got a message from Charlton on Facebook. And he basically scouted me. He sent me this whole long message, and I was like, oh my goodness, like maybe this is a sign, like, because I'd given up. I was like, well, I don't think I can model then. Like, I thought that maybe I could, and this could be something fun to try. But he basically, was like, what did he even say? I don't remember.
It was like an automated like message from my heart though. Like I really
it was very generic, but it's fine. Because when I walked into the agency, I think there was a connection there really was. So so I've been modeling for over a decade. It's been, you guys do the maths anyways, whatever, I'm 30 now, but it kind of changed from me just being on set and being a model to helping other, girls who want to also be models, how to come up and how to apply and just, how to make it in the industry. And so I've always found myself in a role where I'm helping people or, just trying to inspire people and make people smile a little bit, So I think that's me in a nutshell. There's probably more I could say, but that's basically me.
Awesome.
Who are you?
I'm Charlton, better known, obviously, most popularly known actually as Charlton Forbes, but I'm Charlton Sali. That's my government surname. And I'm a dancer, singer, definitely love acting, have done presenting at a very high level as well, seasoned. I'm an all-round entertainer, but right now I'm definitely focused on music. But it started in 2004 when I was a dancer and I did like a Joburg City Carnival, and I was just like tagging along with my brother. I wasn't meant to be a dancer there. I was kind of just trying to follow what my brother does, and so accidentally I learned how to dance. And then obviously all of us watched You Got Served back then, so I started dancing through that. And then I started my own dance crew, knowing that I can't dance. I just knew like the Harlem Shake and like the chicken leg. And so but everyone in the crew could like dance. But I think obviously I've always had like that loud mouth, and like I always have been able to talk myself into things, even though later on, like I found myself hitting a brick wall because I just charmed myself into something. So I kind of made people think I can dance by the way I talk, because I had all the stories about dancing and people kind of believed me. So I started a crew called Cryptic. We did amazing. We were like one of the first crews in Johannesburg, and then from that started doing music videos with my dancing as a solo dancer because I left the crew, and then from there moved into TV commercials, started dancing on TV commercials, and then from there started left the industry for like a year because I wanted to make some chankura, and then I went to go work at the agency where I met B, obviously, and I was kind of a teacher,
a scout.
I was also under the book, so I was also still doing commercials then, and then we went to the States. Came back.
That's a whole
story. Then I started my own businesses. So I started a business called Mzansi Shapers, and then I started another company called The Movement, which was all dancing and entertainment based. And then that ended as well. I took a break from that, and then I basically went into TV presenting. No, I first went into acting. Generations. I did Generations. That was my first acting gig. And then I went into TV presenting. So that's how I got introduced into TV. So it went from, you guys heard the whole thing. So it went all from dancing into TV commercials to presenting to all of that. But I brought all of it along and joined a big channel called Vuzu. And that's how everyone knows me, popularly known for Vuzu. And then I started my music career while I was at Vuzu as well. And then that came to an end. Then I went to MTV Base. And then I did MTV Base, and then MTV Base ended. Then I continued my acting career with a few shows after that. And then that ended, and then I fully focused on music since 2018 until present. And so that's my career. That's who Charlton is in a nutshell. I love how
you just told your whole career backstory. Now I'm like, wait, I should have broken down a bit more. So that's my stuff.
I guess the thing is as this podcast goes on, they'll get to know who Charlton is as a person. But I think you kind of also gave a very, because the nice thing with you is, and we'll get into it more, is that you were able to And that's why you find you have such like distinctive, like distinct like success with modeling, is because you've been able to stick to like a career path for like 1 year and focus on 1 year for 10 years and focus on that just for 10 years, you know. And it's not a terrible thing, because I think for me that has worked. I've only understood the importance of that now at my 30. I'm 31 now. So at this age now, I'm only understanding the importance of focusing on one thing and doing that really well, and like succeeding in it, and then spreading over into other things. So I think that's why you probably don't have like this whole confusing career. And I'm sure people are looking at me like,
but no, I do. That's why I was saying, like, there's so much stuff, like other stuff that I've done. Like I was a makeup artist at one point. I was a stylist at one point.
She studied.
I was a personal trainer at one point. Yeah, I studied.
You went to Vega.
Guys,
you had a promotion company.
It's so much. Like I was a personal trainer at one point. So
HFPA. Like she went for it wasn't like trying out here and there. It was like for real stuff. So I think I'm just like very very like aware of. I get, not that you're not, but I'm very like aware of like my track record and how it's gone, and like where I come from in terms of like my journey, because I've had to do that all the time. Like I've always had to explain how many things I do. Like I said, like for me, I've always scattered. Always been so scattered. So I've always had to explain how many things I do. Whereas with you, like I said, with you, you were always predominantly modeling. Like modeling always happened.
Modeling was always at the forefront, and then it was like I'm a model and I'm a model and.
So for me, every time I go into, like, people always used to call me a jack of all trades, a master of none, which is like crap.
Didn't you want to share the full quote? Do you remember what it is?
I think jack of all trades, master of none. But I did it so wrong the other day. But it was like it calls better than the rest. Oh no, better. No.
Yeah, jack of all trades, full quote. We're just going to quickly Google it. There we go.
Jack of all trades, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Ooh, that sounds even better when they say it. I'm like better than the rest. It's like terrible. But yeah, so that's basically the full quote. And to be honest with you guys, like, I've always struggled with it because I just felt like, I don't know. Because people would always question that, and the truth is, I've always done these things for real. Like I always said I don't dabble in acting. I'm actually an actor. Like I've actually done real big, like soapies. I don't dabble in presenting. I've actually been like a seasoned like presenter on big channels. I'm not dabbling in music. Like my music has played on TV, on radio. Like you know what I mean. Like dancing. I've danced on all the. Like so many music videos, I've choreographed for so many artists. I've done so much with dancing, so it is like a slippery slope, because I'm like, I do understand where you guys are coming from, where it's like I haven't focused on one thing, and I can feel it also now in my career that I've been everywhere, but at the same time, I feel like I really legit be doing these things. Like I'm not trying them out. Like I'm really doing them. So I think that is what's happening to me, is that at my older age, I'm like, I'm okay with doing one thing now. So, but in a nutshell, that's what Charlton is, guys. Jeez, I'm still going on.
This conversation is to be continued, because even though you are like mostly focusing on music, like there's still so many other things that you're doing, which we'll probably get into in other episodes. And like, the same for me as well. I mostly right now, I'm a model. I'm a holistic health coach. But there's so many things like that I'm doing. There's so many things that Charlton and I do together, like in terms of a business standpoint. We have our own production company, and, we just wear so many different hats. And I think it's really cool, and it's really, really fun, especially because we're such spontaneous people who like change, who like different environments, who like travel, we aren't the type of people who like do the same thing all the time, and that's just all we do. Like if we explain to you what our month looks like, it's crazy. Like so many days, every day is different, and that's what I really love. But yeah, and we recently learned about human design, and in human design, our energy type, we're both generators, which means that we were put on this earth to create and to actually be the blueprint. Like we don't follow a blueprint, we are the blueprint, which is so cool. So yeah, it's very interesting, and we will continue that in some other episodes.
Yes, that's like that's a whole
that's a whole other thing.
But yeah, anyway, that's who Charlton and Bianca is.
Yes, thanks so much for sticking around and for being here on this journey. Like, it's so exciting, and it's so exciting to open up a little bit more to you guys, because we've done it slowly for like maybe a period of like 3 years or so, like here and there, and this year we decided that it's something we really enjoy. We really enjoy creating together and connecting with other people together. It's a lot of fun, it's effortless, and so that's why we're here.
Thanks to you, Bianca definitely helped me with like this whole, like this side of like creating content, because I was always so like very career, like putting out just my work, you know, and so I think this, like sharing this side with you guys has definitely allowed me to kind of effortlessly like share my personality and just who I am as a person, and not who I am as like a performer or as a presenter or as like, you know, I'm actually, you guys are able to see me in the light of like a dog there, a dad, like a boyfriend, like, you know what I mean, like a brother, a son, a friend, you know what I mean, just so it's like, it's really, really dope. And like, this is kind of like allowing us to show you guys like a different side for those people who do rock with us and the new people who will be rocking with us, just to show you guys like a different side to like who we usually show we are, whether it's like through content or dancing or modeling or etc. So yeah,
we can chat a little bit about the meaning behind the name. So our podcast name, obviously you guys know, you've clicked on it, it's called Better on This Side, and it's really just encapsulates our journey and like how we live life now and how we used to live life, and the differences and just how it feels to be on this side of life, you know, and that
it has nothing to do with like, it's nothing to do with like you guys sit with us, we're better than you guys, like B said, it is, it's definitely like, it literally is about like us reflecting. I think the reflective work we do every single day on like where we come from, I think that's what like made this name come so easily, because it's like we come from such a long journey, and like not even like as a couple is, again, that's an episode on its own, but like just as individuals, you know what I mean, I think it's like the journeys has been so amazing. And so even for us to be able to sit and talk like this to you guys about who we are and where we're from and what we've done, it's like light. It doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like I have some unsolved like stuff that I need to like still dig through, or if I haven't dug through it, I'm not in a place where I'm scared to like talk about stuff, because I feel like I'm okay to dig through it. I'm actually able to look at myself in the mirror, and I'm sure you can also. So
100%. There's so much strength. There's strength in I would say vulnerable topics and like opening yourself up, you know, because that's real life. Like, that's real and that's raw, and that's what people are going through and dealing with. And I think also for us, it's been so refreshing to show up online in a real and authentic way, because, you know, we see there's just so much like only the good side, only the good stuff, you know. And so in us saying, you know, our podcast is about the fact that it's better on this side, that also comes with, you know, a lot of downs, and opening up about that, sharing how we navigate things that are difficult to talk about or difficult to go through. And I just think it's really important, and at the end of the day, it's really beautiful and it's uplifting, even though it's tough, you know. So
I love that. I think, okay, guys, our episodes are probably gonna sometimes go up to 2 hours, maybe up to like 1.5 hours. Maybe
settle in, guys. Settle in.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I think this one is going to be super short.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of like covered the introduction. I think we wanted this episode just to be an introduction, because the introduction alone is like half of the podcast, and then we're going to try now squeeze the other half into like a topic. It's like, this was literally
that was the purpose of this episode.
And do you want to tell people what they can expect on the
yes,
podcast?
Definitely. Self-discovery, holistic wellness, creativity, self-expression, and also just how we navigate life being self-employed people. Like, we don't work for anyone, we don't have a 9-to-5, we create our own opportunities, and it's very interesting. Like, it's
Bianca's
a very
interesting
interesting journey.
We're gonna end up in another topic. You see, that's what she's doing, and because I'm tempted to like jump in there,
I know.
I had to be like, I'm not going there. No.
Yeah, but
yes,
we just want you guys to have a glimpse into our life and like how we navigate life, and also just show you like from a realistic standpoint that like our life is not perfect, and that's actually not the goal, that's not the objective. Like, life is so beautiful even in the most difficult times. Like, if I'm just being honest and candid right now, like, I'm going through grief at the moment, and it's been so hard and so difficult, but like stuff like this, like sitting and recording this podcast for you guys, is really fun and really exciting, and it's so uplifting, and it just reminds me of the beauty that is life, and there's so much to look forward to. And it's possible to feel two different emotions at the same time, and it's so hard to navigate, but it is possible. And it doesn't mean that just because you're going through a hard time that now you have to be that you can't do things that maybe will bring you a little bit of joy. It's super possible. And so I just wanted to share that, because this has been a big driving force for me, and it makes me really happy that we get to sit down in our house like at 10:30 on a Monday night filming a podcast. Like, that is so much fun.
I think it's beautiful because, like, I think whether it's a positive like, when you climb Mount Everest or like mountains, like a peak or like a destination is called a summit, right? So I think we spoke about it today. Like, I think just embracing like the in between the summits. Like, I don't think we live for like the summits anymore. Or like, whether it's a bad or good one, I don't think either of them are able to like slant our moods or make us feel a certain way or take us to an entirely different place just because we're going through something. Yes, like, for example, our little AJ passed away like 2 weeks ago, right? So it's like, it's like it's been a difficult time, obviously, and I think for B, because she's definitely played like the mother role, and she's known AJ for so long as well. Like, I've known AJ for a while, and like it's been hard for me. So I can only imagine for Bianca. She's known him since like you were 16, huh?
I was 16, so I've known him for half my life.
You know what I mean? So sorry guys, Mikey does this when he's about to
Mikey's
pee, so
like, can the episode end? I need to go pee, guys.
Come here. Come baby. Come sit by me. Come. No, it's not time to play now. Just this guy. So basically, I think it's like amazing that we don't get caught up in the like I said, the summits, and we kind of like live for the in-betweens, and like the in-betweens literally comes with the good and the bad. It's like the bad moments, we kind of don't get overwhelmed by it, and also I think when the good happens, I don't think it takes us to that extreme anymore where we like over anticipate it and then it's like anticlimactic. I think I think we're not there yet, but like I think for the most part we really do thrive to stay as neutral as possible. And I think that's been like very helpful. You know what I mean? In terms of like how we dealing and moving through life. What has helped us is the fact that we actually, we choose to stay neutral. Yeah. So that like, even if things are tough, or, I mean, being self-employed alone, forget about like pursuing an entertainment career or modeling career or a production company, like, which is all the stuff that we do, or starting your own wellness business or pursuing a music career, like all these different things, like people deal with just one of them and it's like ridiculous. People are stressed. We're dealing with like all of those things at the same time, but for some reason we laugh the most. I think we laugh 90% of the time. We're happy 90% of the time. Like, and I'm not saying our lives are perfect, but we have adopted like tools to be able to deal with like life. So yeah, That's literally a story for another day.
Yeah. I think also, like, in one sentence, when you're just talking now, I sum that up as the joys in the journey. And that's a quote that I found like a few weeks ago, months ago, I don't know. But the joy really is in the journey, you know. And it's so easy to get caught up in, like you're saying, those summit moments. And you build up, you know, all of this anticipation and excitement. And then you get there and you're like, oh, what's next, you know? So, yeah, I think that's something that we really like. We've started to do a lot. And that's why you'll find us laughing so much, like till our stomach hurts, till we like crying. Literally just because of life. Because it's so beautiful. Yeah. Is that the episode?
I think that is the episode.
That's the episode. Thanks so much for tuning into episode 1, you guys. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful journey. Very, very excited.
Welcome to this side.
Welcome to this side.
Yeah, cool, man. Mikey, do you want to say bye to them?
Say bye.
Peace out.
Oh.
Love you.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.